Welcome viewers to the Mentor of the Month interview for the month of July. This is the first time that we are venturing outside the BCICA virtual studio to conduct a Mentor of the Month interview. This is of course the last interview that I will be handling, and we needed a blockbuster ending, and today we have the perfect candidate to provide that blockbuster ending to the series. He is a CEO of one of the largest conglomerates in Bahrain and was recently elected among the top 100 CEOs of the Gulf and Middle East. He was the chairman of the chapter during the term 2009-10 and conducted events in such a way that the profile of the chapter was raised to such an extent which is continuing even to this day. It is my pleasure and delight to welcome the dynamic and flamboyant past chairperson CA Alok Gupta.
Morning, morning. Finally, day arrived.
Yes. Thank you, CA Alok, for hosting us at your house. This is the first time we have come outside the BCICA virtual studio, so this is a very special episode. Obviously, this is the last episode that I am hosting, so it had to be a blockbuster episode, and no better candidate than you to have here. So, welcome to the show, CA Alok.
मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती है, मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. सिर्फ पंख से कुछ नहीं होता दोस्तों, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है.
वाह, क्या बात है.
Thank you, Ajay bhai. Thank you very much for inviting me, Mentor of the Month. Last 11 months I was waiting eagerly. Every time I dressed up and I thought you will call me. So thank you very much and I'm looking forward for great session.
नहीं सर, हमारा क्लाइमैक्स बहुत अच्छा होना चाहिए था, and we needed a blockbuster climax like I said. So very welcome to the show, and I know you are become a fitness enthusiast of late. So and we saw you jogging and doing your cycling routine this morning. So maybe I want you to jog down your memory lane and just take us through your childhood and your journey until you reached Bahrain.
Well, Ajay, I would like to start with the incident which changed my life, and that was in year 12. I was having science maths, and first day when I entered my school and I was sitting there, and since my name is Alok Gupta, so alphabetically my name will come first, second, third. So I was waiting for my name to be called, and unfortunately teacher didn't call my name. So I was a little bit puzzled and disappointed also, but okay, that's fine those days. So second day once again teacher came and same thing happened, and third day again same thing happened. So I took courage, and while he was going out I just asked him, sir, my name you didn't announce. So he was saying, you are Gupta ji's son. Go and meet principal, school principal. And Ajay, will you believe it? I was thinking, because my school fees was not paid, I have been taken out of school. But then I thought, no, my father is bank manager. How it is possible? So I went to principal's room, and the moment I entered, and he told, Alok, come. And what happened? I told, sir, my name didn't come for science maths. And he was saying, okay. Your father came 2-3 days back, and he told, we will move you from science maths to commerce. And I was like, this was shock of my life. So I went home, and that time Ajay, and even till today, I don't have courage to ask anything to my father, because he's an authoritative person. So I just asked my mother, she was cooking food. Just imagine, picturize this situation. So I asked my mother, she is cooking, and I told Mummy, Papa changed my subject from science maths to commerce. I'm good in science maths. And while cooking, she's saying, yeah, he checked with one astrologer and he told your future career will be bright in commerce, so he changed. And that was shock of my life. Thanks to my parents. And I think whatever I am here, maybe because of science, maths and commerce, all because of hard work, dreams, which I seen in my whole life. Well, my father was in bank, State Bank of Bikaner in Jaipur, AP Gupta, and my mother Usha Gupta. So because of my father in bank, Ajay, every 2 years, 3 years, we were changing, locations.
Okay.
So I saw almost like 8 to 9 locations. And I born in Udaipur. And first posting father that time was in Falodi, so it is close to Pakistan border. Then we went to Jawar Mines, which is in next to Udaipur, Hindustan Zinc Limited. Mines was there. And from there to Pali, again a district. And then we went to Jodhpur, and from Jodhpur to Bali, and then Bali to Falna, and then Falna to Ahmedabad, and Ahmedabad to Mehsana. I have seen many places, and I have seen places which are famous for Dandiya, which are famous for Diwali celebration, Holi celebration. And an interesting fact, Ajay, is that I enjoyed that period, because every 2-3 years I have to make new friends, a new neighborhood, new teachers, new sports, new food, new culture. And from childhood days, I think change was part of my life. I moved to commerce in year 12, and in that year I was supposed to study 2 years syllabus in 1 year.
Because you changed late.
Because I changed late. But God was kind enough, and I worked hard, and thanks to my parents, Almighty, I passed out with flying color. And I think, Ajay, that was my first dream, that to pass out college topper, a school topper. And yes, my dream was fulfilled. I was school topper in commerce. Lot of accolades, lot of awards and recognition to me and my family. The next day, when I entered my college, and I was in SPU college, Falna.
Okay.
And that college is not like typical college where you have canteens and you have all this buzz and everything. It is a studious college. We have library, and all students are bright. So when I entered, Ajay, will you believe it, the first day introduction of everybody, and I still remember when they were introducing, so sir asked who got first mark, and means who is number one studious person, and then Pankaj, our student, he told I got 78%, and I was like, I got 64, and then 78 to by the time it came to me, I was number 60th. So from a school topper coming to college where I am nothing, and that was my second dream, to top my college.
Excellent.
And I worked hard, and interestingly, the professors whom I interacted with them, they were great. They were having so much of depth knowledge about subject. In year 2, I passed out with flying colors, and I was college topper.
Wow, amazing.
And Ajay, interestingly, in our college, SPU College Falna, our college student union president is not a election; it is a selection base.
Okay.
So student who is in top in year 2, second year, will be third year automatically student union president. Okay. And I think nowadays, which you are seeing my leadership skill, the कीड़ा जो है,
leadership.
Yeah, वो कीड़ा मुझे वहीं से लगा था लगता है.
Okay.
Well, yeah, college life I enjoyed. I used to play a lot of sports, debate competition, and I was good in studies and cultural activities. And my term, which was third year, we conducted many events of this nature. That was, again, I can say a joy ride for me. 3 years I enjoyed. Well, some part of destiny there was something written for me. And I think normally in State Bank of Bikaner in Jaipur, where my father used to work, normally they don't transfer any manager grade employee outside Rajasthan.
Okay.
But that was the first time, I think so, they transferred him to Ahmedabad.
Right.
And I was in final year. So I was quite happy because I was going to Ahmedabad, you know.
Okay.
I don't want to go to Mumbai or some other place and then study CA. So I was with family. My parents, my mother, father supported me, provided me all education, all supporting material which is required. And fortunately in Ahmedabad we have our chapter, Institute of Chartered Accountant.
Yes.
And they got amazing library.
Okay.
I still remember Suketu used to be there. He passed out CA, CFA, ICWA, CS, and when he used to roam around and study, you know, you idolize him, and that's why again my next dream, which was mission impossible technically, that I want to become chartered accountant, and I passed out with flying colors in CA final.
Wow.
In November '97.
Wow, that's a nice childhood journey. Maybe I don't know if you can let us know a little bit about your work life in India before you moved to Bahrain.
And when I passed out CA course, the next challenge was finding a job. So That time I was in Mehsana, and I still remember I got a job in Amul, the Doodh Sagar Dairy, as a internal audit. And then I went to Mumbai for campus interview. I was selected in 2-3 companies, but unfortunately we could not, I could not accept offer. And then I was sitting there, and I think first time I saw my father was very happy. He came somewhere in July 1998. He came and he was holding a letter. So I thought this is normal letter of transfer letter, because every 2-3 years he's getting this, and it was almost 3 years. He handed over to me, and I was thinking, why he's handing over letter to me? So, and then I opened up, and it was Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited interview. Campus interview. It was delayed. So I attended, and next dream, joining Fortune 500 company, Hindustan Petroleum, the second largest petroleum sector company in India. And I joined Hindustan Petroleum, and then changed my whole life once again. I was born and brought up in Rajasthan and took a little bit of Gujarat, and then my first posting was in Calcutta. So I joined HPCL, and very fond memory about HPCL. My first boss was S.K. Ghosh. He is now DGM in Hindustan Petroleum, and very intelligent, sharp person. And whatever I am right now, thanks to him, because he taught me lots and lots of trade secret or secrets behind success. Especially, I still remember Ajay. Our office timing was 9 to 5:30, and 5:15 he will call me, Alok. Kothay achen? And then I used to hide behind, because at that time I was bachelor, so I used to hide behind files, and he'll say, come here. Then I'll go and I'll say, this is, we have to finish by today, tomorrow I have to send. And looking at paper, I say, sir, no, we have 2-3 days. No, finish today. So I'll sit till 7:30, I'll finish and I'll give it to him. He will be there in office. It's not that he is gone. Of course. And next day I will ask what happened. He's saying, no, we have time. And I realized this, that every week, 2-3 days he is doing this. But I enjoyed, those were learning time. See, when you are young, when you are starting your career, I think that time you should not shy away. And that is the time I learned a lot. Well, after Hindustan Petroleum, I got married. Anjusha Gupta, my wife, she is also chartered accountant. And after 2-3 years, as I have told you in my childhood, every 2-3 years we are changing locations. So after 3 years, me and my wife, we were sitting in our balcony, and we were discussing what's next in life. Because I don't want to be in comfort zone. So we thought, okay, let's explore opportunities outside India. And then I started looking for job. In fact, my wife forced me to go to Mumbai and meet consultant. And I visited Mumbai, and that particular time I got at least 3-4 offers. We also applied for Australian immigration also, and then I got a job in Kenya, one was in South Africa, and there was offer from Bahrain, and finally we zeroed out at Bahrain. So can you imagine, Ajay, working in Hindustan Petroleum Corporation Limited, HPCL, a government job? I left that job and I came to Bahrain for a very small company, because I want to fulfill my dreams. I always want to come out of my comfort zone. I want to take risk. And that's what called Born Voyage, and thanks to Calcutta. So this is all about my journey
till Bahrain.
That
was a nice journey, but then you didn't talk too much about your marriage. We have a surprise for you. So we have a small video for you. Maybe you should have a look at it, and then maybe give us your comments.
Well, very interesting story behind this. When I was getting married in 2001, there was a movie came Joru Ka Gulam, and I'm fond of Govinda. So there was an interesting song Main Joru Ka Gulam Ban Ke Rahunga. And in our Indian means, I'm talking about Marwadi marriage. we have one day before marriage is Sangeet.
Yeah.
So my wife Anjusha also danced, and I was supposed to dance something, and I am not so good. So I thought, let me try with this song. So I took a courage and I danced on this song. And my father, my uncle, aunts, everybody, no, Alok, this is not fair. No, come down. And they were pulling me. If you see, one of my aunties also pulling me down, and I enjoyed. Golden moment of my life.
So now that you shared that interesting story about your marriage life, I think this is a perfect moment to hear from your better half.
Alok and me, our journey started together in 2001 when we got married. We were not familiar much with each other, and like any newlywed couple, we were trying to know each other. So from where I come, whenever we have free time or we want to spend quality time with the family, we play card games. And these games are more of calculation, memorizing the cards, and knowing the body language of your opponent. So I introduced the same to Alok. And since I was pro and Alok was new to the game, he lost against me. And Alok couldn't digest that he lost. He was so angry, he threw the cards and he said, "What a stupid game. I will never play this game." Next day, he came back, "Come, let's play the cards. This time I will win." He again lost. But again, he came back next day. So this is what Alok, he never gives up on anything. If he wants to learn anything, if he wants to achieve anything, he'll try his best. And now after 20 years, I can say that now when we play the cards, he doesn't throw the cards. He has learned anger management. After 2-3 years, I have learned another aspect of Alok's personality. This was when we went to Switzerland for a holiday, and there was one cable car which is really going very high and steep. So Alok, me and my son Krishna, who was 1 year old, we were sitting in the cable car, and the moment it started going high, Alok one side holding my hand tightly, another side Krishna's hand tightly, and he was like, "Januan Gyan Gunsagar Jakabishti Logo Jagar." And that's when I know that Alok is scared of height. But after 5-6 years, we went to Paris Disneyland, and you know, there are some rides where they literally drop you from the height at very high speed. I said, "I'm scared, I'm not going." My son, who was 7 years old, was very excited to go to all these rides. So Alok went. You all know now that Alok is scared of height. He made sure he went to each and every ride with him just to make him happy. So that's who Alok is, that he can go to any extent to make his family or to his loved ones happy. He is ready to help all his friends. That is another part of the story, that when he went to all these rides, the whole Disneyland could hear his screams, and half of the people standing in the queue for the ride just ran away. But I must say, Alok, life with you is a joyride. We do not scream with fear. We have laughter, we have fun, we dance together. So please do not change, just be who you are, and keep dreaming and keep achieving.
Welcome back. Thus far, we have covered C.A. Alok's journey all the way from his childhood to his work life in India. Now, to continue his life story, which is after reaching in Bahrain, we are here in the offices of YK Almoed, where he is the group CEO. So let's now continue. C.A. Alok, now maybe you can give us an insight about your life in Bahrain, your journey to becoming the group CEO of one of the largest conglomerates in Bahrain.
First of all, I would like to welcome you and all our viewers to YK Almoed & Sons office. It's my office. And so while connecting dots from first part to second part, I landed Bahrain on 1st of May 2004. And for a brief period of 2 years, I worked with Hassan Ibrahim Bukamil and Sons. It's a small company wherein we used to deal in building material and hardware and all other stuff. And while working 2 years with them, I realized that I need to move on to next level, and I was looking for new opportunity. And that time, YK Almohaid & Sons were looking for a finance manager having background in ERP implementation and having a little bit knowledge on treasury management. And I find myself suitable, so I applied. And that time, our group CFO, Mr. Ramachandran, S.K. Ramachandran, recruited me and hired me. And that started my new journey in my whole life, wherein I joined YK Almohaid & Sons. Later on in 2009, I was promoted as a group manager, credit and treasury. I worked for 3 years, and with me and my team member, we worked. And in 2012, company again found talent in me, I can say, and they believed in me, and they told, "Okay, Alok, would you like to take higher position in company as a group CFO?" Well, I believe that time I was the youngest group CFO in company's history. Later on, after 6 years, once again in 2018, when company was decided to have a group CEO, at that time they again approached me, and we always believe in internal promotion or internal internal growth instead of hiring people from outside. And I was given opportunity to prove myself, and I think this particular time, I think I would like to first of all thank to my dear chairman, our beloved chairman, Mr. Farooq Almohaid. He's been always my mentor, holding my hand in good time, bad time, always guiding me in YK Almohaid & Sons and even my personal life. I would like to thank all board of directors, and special thanks to Mr. Reda Al Faraj, who is our audit committee chairman, and Gordon Boyle, who was one of the directors and who holded my hand when I was promoted group CEO. And I wanted, because I'm from finance background, Ajay, we know we are from finance background, and handling group CEO's role was a different ball game all put together. But Gordon basically holded my hand, given me training, coaching, personal mentoring, understanding things, and then I moved it to this level.
And also about your recent, first of all, congratulations on being elected as one of the top 100 CEOs in Middle East. So I think it's not only a proud moment for you, but for all of us in the CA fraternity. So how did that come about?
I think Forbes Middle East award, which was given to me, 100 CEO, the story started almost like 3-4 years back, because Forbes organization believes in consistent growth. They evaluate each and every process. There are so many criteria on account of understanding either CEO of a company. So last 3-4 years, they were taking many details from our side, and I think, if you ask me honestly, this award belongs to my team member, those who work day and night to understand customer satisfaction, to understand customers' need, and to provide customer the best quality product. And on other side, we have taken a lot of social CSR activity initiative, which has paid us back. And the most important thing is, in last 3 to 4 years, if I talk about 2017 to 2021, we opened up a lot of service center, a lot of warehouses. We just recently had installed a solar panel. So all this culmination of all these things resulted in Forbes award of CEO 100. Not only this award, we've been getting award. Last year we received award, the number 1 family business houses in Bahrain. And our managing director also received number 10 most powerful businesswoman in the whole Middle East. So this award is to YK Almohaid & Sons.
Fabulous. So since you mentioned so prominently about why Mr. Farooq and Mr. Reda Al Faraj, I think we have messages from them as well for you, which probably we can listen to now.
We're actually fortunate to have Alok with us as the company CEO. He came to Bahrain as a chartered accountant, and he joined us in 2006. And in 2012, I saw in him the initiative to make him CFO of the group. And then he stayed in that position for some time. And when the position of the CEO was vacated, I felt he had, with a little bit of training, the credentials to become the CEO of the Waqi Al Maid trading side. And this has been a very wise decision, and it was endorsed by our board of directors, and all the board are very happy with his performance. He was mentored actually by a friend of mine who was the CEO of BMMI, Mr. Gordon, that really sort of held his hand and trained him for about 2 years and recommended the right courses for him. Now he has become an excellent CEO that's running the business without any interference from us. We wish him well in his job. Now he's been with us for, I think, 15 years. So it's a good period, and I think we won't let him go until he retires. We consider him family.
Alok, contrary to all the other accountants whom I have seen over my working life, does not only zoom on the specific problem, but also with the zooming, he also looks at that problem with the context of the overall picture. The other sort of issue which I have seen Alok being sort of unique among the accountants is his ability to really work with people, be very friendly with people, find out what people can offer, and try to make that quality used in whatever they are producing. The third sort of issue which I would like to bring out about Alok, I think, relates to really his willingness and really forward move to change. He never resists any change, particularly when it comes to the IT and IT related. I think he is always prepared to try and test new ideas, and he is willing to seek advice from others, which is a quality very, very much appreciated in any finance manager these days. He is a quality of an individual who does not only sort of think that the problem needs to be solved. No, the problem needs to be solved with the right people, with the right technology, which would be sustainable for the future.
So your reactions to their message?
Can I react? A testimony from my chairman, Mr. Farooq Al Moed, and especially coming out from Mr. Rida Faraj about my whole journey. I think I am learning a lot of new points from this, which I was not aware.
So I think you were mentioning about prominently about the technology element that you are introduced in the company. And I know you are like a technology teenager who loves to dabble in technology. So maybe, I don't know, how did that passion come about?
Well, just to tell you, Mohammed Al Moed, he's our director, and he's Mr. Farooq's son. Well, in 2016, he visited Singularity University in US, and the moment he come back, he basically interacted with me and all team members that what is his experience about digital transformation. And one important thing which that time Mohammed told was that, Alok, US is at least 3 to 4 years ahead of where we are standing right now, and we should understand what is happening in US and adopt in our company in terms of digital transformation. And if I tell you right now, sitting in 2021, what he told me in 2017, exactly happening now in Bahrain. That's why we started our digital transformation in 2017 onwards, and we are ahead of industry, and we have taken a lot of initiative. Well, one of initiative I can share with you is that our HR department, human resources, 100% digital. There is no paper, There is nothing called human intervention. It is 100% digital, right from dashboard to leave application, to leave salary, to salary transfer, to seeing your balance, leave balances, indemnity, everything is digital. And we implemented a lot of product like DocuWare, DocuSign, which is for signature. We have dashboards in our company for each and every employee. We have Oracle, we have Autoline ERP system available. On top of that, every day we are actively involved in digital transformation. Now coming to that point which I mentioned earlier also, Ajay, to you and if you remember CA members all across India, CA students, that LinkedIn is the most powerful tool available for us as a CEO. I'm talking from a CEO perspective, to understand what is happening in technology domain or technology landscape. Let me share with you very important thing, friends. It's not only technology enhancement, but also cost reduction, cost optimization. I've been getting a lot of proposals. We saved, I can tell you confidently that we saved more than $1 million dinar because of technological enhancement which we have been receiving on these platforms. So way forward is only technology, technology and technology.
And so thank you for that piece of advice for all the members, all the viewers who are listening to this. So I think you've had quite a satisfying professional career so far, and of course you have got lots to achieve going forward as well. But I also want to cover briefly the side which maybe not many people know about your social commitments. You're actively participating in a lot of social organizations and so on. So maybe you can just let us know about your associations with those organizations.
In 2015, our annual conference, GCC conference, one of female Rajasthani member came to me and she told me, Bhaiya, we don't have any platform where we can interact with Rajasthanis, and that basically given me an idea that let me start something called Rajasthanis in Bahrain. So I was founding chairman of Rajasthanis in Bahrain, and we started and we conducted many cultural events. And that's a success story, social organization. I am also, I was actively involved in Lions Club. I was member of Rifa Lions Club. I was also member of ICAP Toastmaster, our own Toastmaster. And recently, after becoming CEO, I realized that I have to associate it with other professional bodies. So I joined American Chamber of Commerce, Bahrain chapter, and I'm member for last 2 years, and we'll be conducting a lot of events along with them, especially on information technology. I'm also member of Japanese Bahrain Association also, and I'm part of ICRF group for last 3 to 4 years. And in one of the WhatsApp group, I'm seeing every day there are a lot of chat, and they are available 24 hours, and every day they are coming out with new initiative, which is either how to save people from suicide, how to help them for a heart attack, and lots of initiatives. So I request those who are listening to me and those who are in Bahrain, if you wish, please contribute to ICRF. They are there for us.
Alok and his family both are distinguished, both socially and professionally, to our community, as well as he has formed a group of Rajasthanis in Bahrain with his great efforts. I was skeptical because people from Rajasthan come from different stratas of life, but he organized all of them under one umbrella, and he was the founding chairman, and he organized several events for Rajasthanis in Bahrain.
So that was fabulous, your professional journey, your activities in Bahrain. But for the next part of the interview, I think we will move back to the BCICA virtual studio. So welcome back to the third and final segment of this month's interesting Mentor of the Month interview. So we started with C. Alok's personal journey at his home. Then we moved to his professional journey in his office. And now we are back at the BCICA virtual studio for the concluding portion, where we will talk about his life and journey with the BCICI. So welcome back, C. Alok. So yes, maybe now you can probably tell us some insight about your journey. I think you landed up in 2004. So how it has been for you as a member, as an ExCom member, then you became the leader, and now you're of course our mentor as well. So how has this journey been?
Coming to BCICI, I landed on, as I told, landed on 1st May 2004, and there was an event on 4th or 5th of May in Sheraton, and I attended that, and I was fascinated. I wanted to attend. I wanted to join ExCom committee member, so I filled my application and asked Rajiv Nandaji that if I can be part of his team member, and he was so excited because that particular time ExCom members were not coming forward and members were not coming forward for joining ExCom. So he told, okay, Alok, let's join. And that year I learned a lot, especially from Rajiv and all other team members. And that was my first year as ExCom member. And I was especially handling Family Day, which was in Albandar, if you remember or recollect. And next year, Agnal Pereira was our chapter chairman, and he was kind enough to take me again in ExCom, and he told, Alok, why don't you continue? And I joined ExCom, and that year also, a lot of new initiative we have taken. Ajay, if you recollect, I don't know, maybe you recollect, but members knows very well that when I was new and I wanted to know members, there was no platform available. Nowadays you have a lot of social gadgets and social media available. So I thought, what is the best way to interact, know members? So what I used to do is, I used to stand next to the gate of conference, or whether it's a Bahrain Engineers Auditorium, any other location, and I used to shake my hand and say, Alok Gupta, like James Bond style, Gupta Alok, naam to suna hi hoga, and these members, no, we don't know you. And I told, thank you. And next 2-3 years, I met each and every member, and I used to know them by their names. And that helped me a lot when I became chapter chairman. And then in 2007-8, when because Manisa was becoming chapter chairman, he called me and he told, Alok, why don't we have lunch together? And I told, wow. So Mani told, Alok, you are young, energetic. I was that time 32, and I was happy. I told, wow. And then he told, I've seen you for last 3-4 years with chapter, and I know that you will be chapter chairman one day. But there's a person called SP Balasubramaniam, Balu sir, and he told, I want Balu sir to be vice chairman. He is experienced, he knows the Gulf and Middle East, and it will be a great help to you understanding more from his eyes, and under his leadership you will grow. And I told, wow, and I was excited. I told, yeah, fantastic. So I'll be secretary, and then Balu sir will be vice chairman, and then it will goes on. And I worked with Mani Saab. As I have been telling, he is Sardar Patel, Iron Man of our chapter, and then magical Balu Saab. And we all know what Balu Saab did for our chapter. Well, I think at this particular time, I would like to thank especially to Balu sir and Mani sir. Because if that particular year, if we see history, if that particular year, if Balu Saab would have not come and I would have become chapter chairman, then I would have not taken chapter to level where I took.
Good, yeah.
Because Balu Saab took chapter from 10 to 15,000 dinar per year annual sponsorship to 58,000 dinar.
Wow.
And for me, target was then take it to next level. So I think if I would have not performed that particular year, then I'm sure the future chairpersons, including you, would have not courage to take new initiative, to come out and see that, okay, we can excel in our life, we can take BCS to the next level. So my year was very, very important for that perspective.
Totally agree, yeah.
So I wanted to start with the bang, and before ExCom meeting, I thought, okay, I wanted to have a clear communication, a thought process when I'm interacting with members and to my ExCom team members. So I told, let's come out with a vision statement, which is connect, communicate, and collaborate.
If I can stop you there, I think probably that was the first year we created this theme or the theme.
Yeah.
If I'm not wrong, I don't know, I was seeing in your earlier segment that in the back of the office you had written one company, one team, and
One goal.
One goal. So was that also your idea?
Yeah, that's see, as I started and as I told, BCICI helped me in my personal and professional life. So after seeing results in BCICI, I realized that this can work in my professional life also. So when I become CEO, and most of companies in family-owned companies or most of corporate world, if you see, there are a lot of department, division, outlets, and they work for their individual department particularly. Yes, they all work for company, but unfortunately no one team, one goal and one company. So I come out with vision statement for all my team member, and we are seeing good results now after 3 years. So we started with bang, and in our first XCOM meeting, I still remember Shaukar ji and Sanjay ji were there and all other team members were there. And I told friends, I have one dream. I told this year we will conduct all our events in 5-star property. And they were asking, first...
पैसा कहाँ से आएगा?
Good. Same thing. पैसा कहाँ से आएगा? Where from you will get money? And I told, don't worry, we'll get money. I'll get sponsorship. We all will work together and we'll see that. And the idea behind that particular concept was that I have seen in last 4 or 5 years, I'm talking in 2009, that most of our events were in either engineers auditorium or 2-star, 3-star property. Now I'm not demeaning those properties or I'm not demeaning any location, but I'm saying if I have to elevate myself, then I have to elevate chapter, location, venue, where we are conducting events. So we ensured that all our 9 events in my term were conducted, including AGM, were conducted in 5-star properties, and first time Ritz-Carlton. That was one of our key achievement. Well, to continue GCC conference, which Balu Sahab started, was my second mission or second dream, that we started a very good beginning, a very novel new thing in our chapter, and I need to continue that. So we continued second year, and we brought a lot of new speakers and a lot of new sponsors also. Yeah, that was second thing. I think if you ask me, that particular year was first time we introduced a female executive member, because we wanted a female touch also in our XCOM. Third important thing was we started our own website on, if I remember correctly, it was 1st January 2010. At the time 010110. A dream come true, which we were dreaming for last 4-5 years. And most important thing was online registration and online confirmation of events. That was one of our dream. Now coming back to that, as I told you, Connect, Communicate and Collaborate was our one more initiative. In that particular year, we have started 3 interesting new initiatives. First was job portal, job assistance to our members. And Ajay, that particular year, we supported 21 members to find their job in that particular year. And I can proudly tell you, not only me and all my XCOM team members who worked that particular year, it was a proud moment for us. And this was first initiative. Second initiative was when I was meeting with parents, when I was meeting with commerce students in Bahrain, I realized that we are not motivating them, or we are not promoting our brand chartered accountant to them in a right perspective. So I approached His Excellency Ambassador Sir that particular time, and I told Sir, we would like to give a Commerce Excellence Award to the student who are coming first in year 12. He was quite excited and he told, yes, we should do it. And so we started first Commerce Excellence Award in our term, and it was a great initiative. All it basically took our brand chartered accountant to the next level. And the third was social responsibility. So we created a beach awareness program wherein we all went to beach and we clean beach, and it was more than 200 members joined. So it was an interesting time of that respect. When we talk about first in my term, we will hold our first, I'm talking from perspective family day in Lost Paradise, 672 members including family members joined that event.
Probably that's the highest, I think, ever.
Highest ever, and we started at 8 o'clock and we finished at 11 o'clock. That was a fabulous event. Let me just take out a very interesting fact from my annual report, which I shared. That Ajay, in my year 2010, the membership was 475 members, and interestingly, 139 new members joined that particular, because we took chapter to next level. We were holding events in 5-star properties. Our speakers were quality speakers, and we were providing and our press coverage was one of the best press coverage in those years. So that has taken to chapter to next level. Now coming to revenues, which in 2005-06 our gross income was 9,900 dinar, and in Balu sir's term, it was 58,000 dinar, and in my term, guess.
I don't know, maybe 60,
70,000 dinars.
Wow. Big jump.
So that was the time, me and all my team members, we worked together and we ensured that we are going to take chapter to next level. Well, we also started first time called giving gift vouchers to all our members. So more than 2,000 dinars of gift vouchers were given in all across in our 9 or 10
The
events. Raffle draws.
Oh, okay. Nice.
And interestingly, Ajay, can you believe it, that particular time we got sponsorship from Ras Al Khaimah government to promote Ras Al Khaimah industrial free zone in Bahrain. In that particular year, Ajay, because we took chapter to next level, our average attendance was 240 to 260 members. And we have given 36 CPE hours. Nowadays, you will say, Alok, 36, we give it in 1 day or 2 days.
But I think those days, these are like humongous numbers.
Yes. So it was a year of change.
The next point I want to ask you is about your team. I think you had a very good team. There was a lot of movements there, but I think a very young and dynamic team. So maybe you can give us a few insights about your team.
My team, in that particular year, Ajay, we were having a mix of young, energetic, experienced strategists, people who believe in and we were having this. So in that, I would like to start with Shaukat Saab. Shaukat Saab was vice chairman, a strategist who believe and who craft all strategies, and he will tell you, Alok, we need to do this thing, and this is the timeline. So Shaukat ji was our vice chairman, and we were having Sanjay Gupta as treasurer. And I still remember in first ExCom meeting, Sanjay ji told me, Alok, I'm not going to sign a negative or loss balance sheet, profit and loss. And I was like, I know you very well. You will spend money and then you will come and say it's a negative profit and loss. And I said, no, we will not do that. And we ensured that we signed with positive balance sheet and profit and loss. And then we had secretary, a CA with 2 CAs, CA Gopal, okay. A calm and composed person. Well, he left in between to India, and Balraj, TD Balraj, who was joint secretary, so he was promoted to secretary. And Balraj Saab later on, become chapter chairman, and we know how Balraj Saab is very structured, very bold, and very strong person. And I still remember there was a person named called Nitin Mahajan, and I used to see myself in Nitin, because Nitin, every meeting, Alok sab ye kar denge, wo bhi kar denge, aisa bhi kar denge, waisa bhi kar denge, Alok bhi. And I used to say, Bhim, Gadadari, Bhim, please, Hanuman, please calm down. And I still remember that Rajiv used to tell me, Alok, bas bahut ho gaya, bas itna hi karenge, agle event ke liye karenge. And then we had first female Mukta. She devoted time and she was always with us in all our activities. We also had Ruchir Shah. He was working with Amex, and he contributed in all our articles. Unfortunately, I think he also moved to India, so we took Ramesh as our ExCom member. And then there was a Rajiv Jain was there. He was again a young working with Citibank, but he left once again in between. So Sandeep Rajpapur joined, and then Murli Saab joined. So I would like to thank everybody that because of we succeeded and we made a difference in our time.
So I think we have some messages from some of these people that you have mentioned very clearly, and of course some of your team members couldn't share their messages, but we have quite a few messages for you. I think it's a nice memory to hear the testimonials from these people.
Good evening, friends. Let me talk about Alokji. I have known Alokji for the last more than 15 years. I had the privilege of visiting Bahrain way back in year 2008 when I was the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. And Alokji was the office bearer of the Bahrain chapter. And I could see the working at that time of the dedication and devotion, the way he has been working for the chapter at that point of time. And my friendship with him continued since then until today. And he has always been helpful, always cooperative, and always dared to take care of yourself, take care of oneself, take care of the profession, and take care of the chapter. I really find him very gentleman, good person, and always helpful.
I first met Alok in 2004 during my tenure as a CA chapter chairman in Bahrain. Alok was then elected as a committee member. In Alok, I saw a very promising young talent with new and innovative ideas. His zest, his enthusiasm, hard work has helped the CA chapter that year to grow its member base and to introduce new and informative seminars and entertaining social events. Alok is an ace marketer, an out-of-box thinker, and a hard worker. He is a people's person. These qualities have helped him to be a leader and to achieve the pinnacle of success in his career. I, like the CA fraternity, am very proud of Alok's achievements and success and wish him all the very best for his future endeavors.
I think it was in the year 2004, I met Alok Gupta for the first time at a chapter event. He had just come to the island but was brimming with confidence. I could see it in his eyes, in his face. So I promptly inducted him along with some other wonderful members, inducted him as an executive committee member the next year in 2005 when I became the chairman. I couldn't see a no for anything that we asked him to do. He had that can do, will do attitude. Though he was working for a small company, he was building his confidence. And we also at that time had a Toastmasters club exclusively for chartered accountants, which was started that year. And Alok Gupta certainly benefited from that, building his communication and leadership skills. Alok Gupta is a role model for all young CAs and finance professionals. But what I like in him is humility. He is certainly a case worth emulating for how you start with small beginnings, set tall targets, and be involved painstakingly in achieving those targets. So here I wish Alok Gupta all the very best in his life.
Alok means energetic, confident, vivacious, cheerfulness, believing in achieving unachievable. I can go on and on. He's just like a live wire. When he's entering any hall, the hall becomes lightened up. When he participates in any meeting, the meeting becomes lively. I was fortunate to have him as a team member when I was chairman during the year 2007 and 8 of BCICI. Within 2 years, he not only donned the role of the chairperson, but also surpassed the standards set by his predecessor, Mr. Balu. His ability to romance with the risk, willingness to take responsibilities, and the mastering the art of satisfying all the stakeholders. All these three contributed for his success. He is an inspiration to all of us.
Alok Gupta the very dynamic Virat Kohli of BCICAI. Always cheerful, energetic, dynamic, and he makes his presence felt anywhere he goes. He creates history, and he always did one better. He did his programs in five-star hotels, and his collection, according to his report, I remember, is higher than what it was in the previous year. So he always tries to keep his bar on top. I have only good things to say about Alok, and he was a lovely guy to work with as my VP, and we had a great time together as part of the XCOM, and I wish him well.
So how does one describe Alok? For me, there are many people who have a good vision and there are many people who can execute. But it's rare to see a person who has a big vision and can execute. And that's what I always think of Alok. He thinks big and he makes us believe that everything that he thinks can happen, because it does happen. When you understand what he did during his chapter, his view was that BCICI is a fantastic place and we need to share that with everybody. And when it shows how big it is, it will get even bigger. And that's what happened. He took it one step further, he took it one step higher, in fact, many notches higher. And he left it in such a fantastic place. Alok, we are so proud, we're so happy that you were there with us that time.
You may not meet someone for a very long time, but when you meet, you should meet and greet in a manner that he remembers you for a very long time. This is absolutely true with Alok. You meet him once and you can never forget him. His belief in dreaming big and then working towards achieving those dreams is something that I have experienced very closely. He has the gift of the gab. With exceptional leadership qualities, tremendous energy, remarkable motivator, full of ideas. He is a rare talent that BCICI have. For me personally, it has been a true honor and delight to work with him as treasurer in his XCOM in the year 2009-10. In fact, it was Alok who introduced me to BCICI and then to ICAP Toastmasters Club as well as Lions Club. It was his motivation and inspiration that I took on the leadership role few years down the line for BCICI. As a person, he is very close to my heart. Love you, Babu. God bless you.
I clearly remember those days when Alok became the chairman. It was my second year in the executive committee of BCICAI. After an excellent term with Balu sir, this was the second term where I found the magician in Alok doing wonders for this chapter. We could do multiple programs in no time, and he is a very big planner and executor. I should say thank you very much for all the knowledge that he had shared. He is an excellent individual and a very good leader. All the best to him. Thank you.
There are no many people who are leaders by birth, but Alok is a born leader. This we can see in the progress Alok has made over a period of more than 15 years which I know him. Alok was a sort of a role model for all of us, even though he was much younger. He became the chairman of the chapter almost at the same time Barack Obama became the president of USA. And I was comparing Barack Obama with Alok. Both were young, dynamic, composed, cool, born leaders. This is what I have seen in Alok.
So we now come to the closing segment of what has been a very, very eventful interview, one of the most varied ones I would say that I have done. But before we close, obviously I think we can't let you go without having your thoughts or words of advice for the young members who are upcoming members of the chapter as well as the profession generally. So some words of wisdom for them as well, please.
This is very, very interesting part. Last all 11 chapter chairmen or mentors who has given their interviews, I always look forward for that particular section. That is what they are going to give advice. So I always tell my son Akshat, Krishna, whom I call it Krishna at house. He is in year 12 now and moving to year 13, and next year he'll be in college. So I always tell him a very small, very crisp thing that my dear Akshat, my dear son, and to all members and to aspiring students and those who are listening, only one piece of advice and I can tell you is that keep dreaming and keep achieving. Dream is the first ladder of success. Keep dreaming and keep achieving.
Wow, that's a very powerful message to close. I think thank you so much for joining us in this interview. And I was telling at the beginning, we wanted a blockbuster ending to the Mentor of the Month series, which I am hosting at least. So I couldn't have asked for a better person to come to the studio and close the interview on such a very positive message. So I hope all the message viewers out there, you would have enjoyed this as much as I have done hosting CA Alok. It's been a learning experience for me. He's been a personal mentor also for me. So now you know his story. And I hope you will feel inspired. So thank you, Alok ji, again for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.